all about the white paper report. We talked about presentation. Was it 3 or 4 weeks ago? Now going to wait patiently to get to know the outcome of the presentation, talking about the white paper. When it came out, though the contents are not made public yet by the government, but from what Nigerians were told, many youths in Lagos were so angry, they were so annoyed. Why some others are saying, yes, that is the right thing to do. Just can't take it all, hook, line, and sinker. You have to read between the lines to know which is which. Now, before I introduce my guest, let me just read through, a newspaper on that particular white paper. Okay? The Lagos State government on Tuesday night released its white paper on the report of the Lekki toll gate shooting incident submitted to it by the Judicial Panel of Inquiry. According to Benga Omotosho, the Commissioner for Information, the release of the white paper, which is yet to be the public domain, is in fulfillment of the promise of the state governor, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, to respond to the report. The Judicial Panel, led by Doris Nkwuobi, a retired judge, submitted its report on the Lekki shooting incident on November 15. In what the panel called a massacre, it said at least 46 unarmed protesters were either shot dead, injured with bullets, or assaulted by security forces at the Lekki toll gate on October 20 last year. The state governor, who accepted the report, said a white paper containing the response of the government will be released 2 weeks after this submission. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Given the highlight of the white paper, Benga Kosile, the chief press secretary to the governor, said out of the 32 recommendations made by the panel, JPI, in its report of 15th November 2021, the government accepted 11. Gentlemen, take note. The government accepted 11. He further said one of the recommendations was rejected. 6 accepted with modification, and 14 fall outside the power of the state government. Mr. Kosile said the recommendation which falls outside the state powers will be forwarded to the federal government for consideration. They now wrote details later. And this is going to form the crux of our discussion this morning. I have 2 legal practitioners help me in the studio. Join me, welcome Barrister Cosmos Irabo, a one-time governorship candidate, and of course a human rights activist. Barrister, welcome to TMI Sunday's edition. I appreciate your coming. All right.
Welcome to yours.
Yes, and the second legal practitioner sitting very close to me, he is an activist, a political analyst, and of course a human rights. How will I really describe it right now? Anyway, let's leave it at that. Join me to welcome Barrister Emmanuel Obakpolo. Barrister, welcome to TMI Sunday's edition.
Good morning, Nigerians, and good morning, Wilson.
Okay, now when this report came out talking about the white paper, some persons didn't take it lightly. They threatened to go out there to protest. Take a look at it. From what they said, out of the 32 recommendations made by the JPI in its report on 15th of November, the government accepted 11. Barrister Emmanuel Obakpolo, what is wrong in accepting 11 out of the retinue of recommendations? And I said 14 fall out of the power of the state government, why some were accepted after being doctored. What's up? So what's wrong with it?
Everything is absolutely wrong with the white paper, to my mind, in the sense that, one, the JPI report, Judicial Panel of Inquiry report, that was submitted to the Lagos State government on the 15th of November 2021, indicted Lagos State government, indicted the federal government. And we do know that the government, being who it is, would want to look for a way to skim out, to ensure that they give Nigerians a different impression. So we are not surprised that the white paper came out in this form and manner. Now, looking at the white paper, the recommendation made by the JPI, 32 recommendations. Lagos State government accepted, quote now, accepted 11. Rejected 1.
And modified 6.
Modified 6.
They say the 14 fell out of the jurisdiction.
The powers of Lagos State. But the vital issues with regards to the ENDSARS protests are not being treated. What are these vital issues? One, were there people, were Nigerians, young Nigerians, at the Lekki toll gate on the 20th of October 2021? Were they harmless? 2, were soldiers sent to the Lekki toll gate? Were live ammunition shot? All of these vital questions are not being answered. The government is ensuring that they dodge, they skim out of this, and to give a different impression to Nigerians and to the international community. Now, the issues, we are life lost at the Lekki toll gate. If these youths were indeed harmless, what is the essence of sending armed soldiers to Lekki toll gate? What is the function of the police? Constitutionally, is the military supposed to be at the Lekki toll gate as at the time they were on the 20th of October 2021? These are issues that are germane, and these are issues that ought to have been considered. But you see the way they skim out themselves, and they now start presenting issues that are not even relevant to Nigerians. Talking about recommendations, they talk about this, talking about that, making sure that the government, one good quality of the government of the day is that they don't accept responsibilities. They always shift responsibilities to either opposition or to Nigerians. And that is what we've just seen them display again with regards to the white paper. We knew that the white paper would be doctored, and now it has been doctored, and now they've come out with recommendation. However, the white paper still indicted them if they don't know. And that is the reason why I think, to my mind, the Lagos State government is calling for a peace march.
Okay.
Peace march through where?
We'll come to that. We'll come to that. Well, Barrister Cosmos Irabo, you've heard him. He just went down memory lane and talked about the report of the JPI, so to speak. I believe that as a constitutional lawyer, you know the Constitution. Some are saying all these white paper stuff, they are outside the jurisdiction of Nigeria. We don't even know what a white paper is, but let's zoom into the white paper. Don't you think it's a pass mark? After all, they went through the paper and said, look, this is our own report. We accepted 11 out of 32 recommendations. 6 were doctored and, of course, accepted. The rest, 14, fell outside the Lagos State jurisdiction, the Lagos State government jurisdiction. I mean, that should be, you know, a reason to applaud Governor Sanwo-Olu of Lagos State.
My brother Wilson, you know, about 2 weeks ago or so, I was really on this platform and we discussed about this issue. Some of us were here, you know, speaking grammar. I always say, when I come here, I talk like an ordinary Nigerian, or as an ordinary Nigerian in the streets that I am. I told them, I said, it is too early to start shouting, Hosanna is the highest, or whatever. Wait for the white paper. Because as at that time, the reports we are hearing, or we heard, could still be seen as speculative. It is the white paper that you can say is the main thing. They were saying no, because they started well, he will not fail. I said, okay, let us wait. I said, for me, I have accepted the report. I am no longer interested in the white paper. But if you want to view it legally, the white paper is the actual, or the because it's the actual recommendation. Because that is the one that is publicized by government as received. But in this case, they've come to, because they know it leaked, they've come to tell us that we'll accept 11, we'll do this. You see, you might accept 1, but if that one is the important one, people will not care. They won't bother. But if you accept 11 and the 11 you accepted are inconsequential, unimportant, people will frown. Not like my brother here rightly said, there are some salient questions you will ask. on that day were youths there? That is one. Two, were they armed? That is two. Three, were they supposed to use soldiers, or what was the business of soldiers in that place in a very peaceful protest when you have the police? Then did the soldiers fire at all, at least a bullet? In their gross inhumanity, with due respect, wickedness, if I may say, you are saying you can admit one, as said by the pathologist. If a life is lost or callously killed, you think it is not something? Now, the panel used massacre. You are saying they should not have used massacre. What is the definition of massacre? And the panel took time to say, we chose this one, haven't checked the definition. You come and violently attack and kill harmless people that posed no threat to you. You say it's not massacre. You see, unfortunately, when this government came on board, they said they brought change. Because what we are seeing are things we've not seen before. Furthermore, even in the military regime, now you are doing it, you actually brought change. Though I was in a vehicle where some people were saying that this is not change, or it's change. It's worse than change, it's actual change. Change from humanity to inhumanity. So that is the situation. The white paper they are doing, I said it the other day, I said, I will not listen to it. Because of course, they will come out with those, even before the white paper, the federal government was already blasting, kicking and all that. Then what do you expect the state governor to do? And you know how he got to that place. We all know the politics surrounding it. So were you expecting? I told somebody, and I said it that day. I said, if this judicial appointment of Connery had did the right thing, or now that they've done the right thing, I said, to them, they will be saying we have done the wrong thing. That this judicial panel of inquiry was elected in error. Because what they expected them to do is not what they did. They did the right thing, which is to them the wrong thing. Now that they don't, they say, don't worry, wait for them, let them do whatever they want to do. Are we still not going to constitute those who will bring out the white paper? No massacre. So what, I don't know, what do they want? You said the other one is outside the purview. Yes, we know that one is for federal government, but the judicial panel has a power to say something on it, recommend. They did not say, you must do this. But they recommend that the state government should liaise with the federal government, which is the proper thing to do. And look at, it's all a mess. Who are the people that constituted the mess now? It's those who brought out the white paper, not those who did the thorough job. The good thing is that Nigerians know the whole thing. And they think the Nigerians don't know. So if I know and you think I don't know, who is the fool? It is you that think I don't know because I know. It is only you that does not know that I know. So that's the situation. But unfortunately, Nigerians are handicapped. Elections are rigged on daily basis. So like the question you asked, that they say, will this affect some people? I said, it will not. It's not what I said.
All right.
Because their votes actually don't count.
Well, you cannot say that you're not eyeing it. So if you say it doesn't count, it's your opinion. But regardless of that, many may disagree with some of the points that you raised. He mentioned the reaction of the federal government on the report of the panel. Do you think that it affected the outcome of the white paper, Barrister Emmanuel?
Yes, the white paper was doctored because I haven't seen the reaction of the federal government through the Minister of Information. He tried doing that before the JPI came up with their recommendations or with their reports, so to speak. Looking at the whole drama, even from the genesis of it, when the JPI was constituted, at a point we saw the withdrawal of some members. We saw this SAN Adegborua and the youth representative at the panel. They withdrew because at the point they saw that the Lagos state government was trying to direct where the panel should go to, and these men, in their wisdom and to protect their integrity, they withdrew. And the government did not deem it fit to say, okay, let's have a representation. This person says they've left, let's look for other persons of integrity like them to complete the panel. And now, the panel, in their wisdom, came up with a report, because the retired judge herself, retired Justice Doris, do not want to dent her image. She doesn't want. And other members of the panel do not want to do that. And they came up with what Nigerians anticipated, because that was really what transpired at the Lekki toll gate on the 20th of October 2021. Now, being that as it may, the government saw and said, no, okay, we want to come up with a white paper. Well, see, one of the reasons why Lagos State government came up with a white paper is they wanted a situation where should there be a position where somebody or some persons may likely go to court for their fundamental rights. That was the reason why they did it. So as it stands just now, the white paper has overshadowed the report of the JPI. So the only instrument with which any person or persons can go to court is the white paper. Now, having said that, the white paper now, if you look at it, supports both the Lagos State government and the federal government. And I haven't released the white paper, yet the content of the white paper is still hidden somewhere, because they don't want Nigerians to go to court and challenge some of all of those things. So you cannot see that there is really a drama. And those who are acting the drama are those on the government side. They don't want the real issues, germane issues that are related to what transpired at the Lekki toll gate. It's not what they are even discussing.
All right.
They are telling us now that the life of a Nigerian is meaninless.
They didn't say that.
That is why
they did not say that. Let's be guarded, please.
That is the reason why. That is the reason why the panel, the white paper, is saying that only one life lost. They will use the word only. Only one life lost. You can interpret that, Wilson. So a life is not important. Is that what they are telling us? So the question we are asking now is those germane questions. Were they used at the Lekki toll gate on the 20th of October 2021? Was the military doing there? What is the business of the military? All right. Where is the Nigeria police? So constitutionally, the government has failed. They have breached the constitution. Two, looking at Nigerians, did this government only see Nigerians to be Nigerians when it comes to issues or periods of election? That is when they see Nigerians and Nigerians. And that is the time you see some persons will just gang up and begin to share tin tomatoes. We don't have tin of tin tomatoes any longer. We have sachet of tin tomatoes. All right. They share toothpaste and begin to tell you we will do this, we will bring change. Okay.
I will come back to you. I will come back to you. You don't have the right to say that the feel that Nigerian life is like meaningless. No, they never said that. Please, let's guard our emotions. To the federal government, the state government, local government, Nigeria, the life of a Nigeria is meaningful. We've not seen the kind of a white paper. According to him, he's stayed in his secrecy. I don't think it's too early for Nigerians to start reacting. Why not wait till you see the content of the white paper? Barrister Cosmos.
You see, the problem Nigerians have always had is that we react. We should be proactive. Proactive. Even if it's wrong. You see, it is being proactive is a means to an end. If you are reactive, you're already anchoring on the wrong in itself. So it's better you go proactive than be 50-50. But I will not support being proactive when it is wrong. But in this situation, it is right. Because all they have said, they have come out to say it already. The Attorney General, they interviewed him, I watched it, he analyzed it. So what is left in it?
But we've not said the content. Like what people said, he said it's still hidden. It hasn't been made public to Nigerians. So why the reaction? Why the anger? Why the proposed protest? Why all this hullabaloo, knowing fully well that you've not seen the content of the white paper? Is that not moving faster than one shadow?
The summary of the content is what the government has
hold on now. Let him react to it.
Listen, I will answer you.
Yeah.
First of all, when the Judicial Panel of Inquiry came out with their report, did they announce it? It was not announced. But we all knew what was inside. Was there an error in it? There was no error. And we discussed it. Now, these people came out again to say white paper. They have taken time to explain some areas in the white paper. So if you are not aware as a journalist, we are aware. That's the simple truth. And in a situation like this, it is better to act. Because when the Judicial Panel of Inquiry brought out their report, the federal government did not wait for the white paper before they started kicking. That proactiveness is what doctored what we are saying now. So what is wrong if the people can say, we too want to react? Not react, act, based on what they are doing. So it is not wrong, it is not too early, it is just the right time to do it. They should know that a life matter. A life in Nigeria matter. So it is not a situation where you say they are, no, life matter. But they don't say so like my brother said, it's only election time. That's when they know that the individuals are important. If it will even count from what we are saying. This dispensation has brought politics have led politics into a very funny dimension. That anything goes. How can you massacre people? It's obvious.
But I said it, what is a massacre?
That's what they are saying. I'm saying it's a massacre.
But they're saying, no, that part is wrong. That's why 6 of it was, they were like doctors.
Okay, so you now know. How do you know this? So what I'm trying to tell you is
they said only one, so one cannot be a massacre. According to what Barrister Manuel said, he said
so you
one.
cannot massacre one person?
No,
one cannot be massacre.
One cannot be massacred. If you take a look at the definition of the word massacre, okay, let's just leave the word massacre.
No, let's talk about it. What is your definition of massacre?
We'll talk about that later. And I'll focus on, is it not too early for them to react?
It is not too early. It is not too early. This is the precise time to act. Nigerians should learn to be proactive. This is the right time to act. So that by the time eventually they bring out the white paper, they should do some corrections.
All right, I will come back to you. He said this is the right time for Nigerians to act. I think it's like acting without direction. What if the white paper now is made available to the public? What if that act that they're clamoring for is totally wrong? What if the white paper is on their side? What then? After all, Governor Sanwo-Olu was able to say, yes, this falls into my jurisdiction. This is not mine. 6 were doctored. What if? Because right now we don't know the content. Over to you, Barrister Manuel.
Already, the government has spelled out the content of the purported white paper because it is not yet out according to them. Because they told us, the report has it that 46 persons, the JPI report has it that 46 persons were either killed or shot at. Is that not true,
or injured?
Or injured. Now, they are now saying, no, it's only one. The minus 45. That alone goes a long way to tell us the direction of the white paper. And that is why Nigerians are now reacting. If the report, mind you, the same JPI report stated that there were bodies they were made away with at the Lekki Gate on that day.
But there was no proof of that.
It is not me. I am not a member of the panel. The panel came up with that because having evaluated facts and evidences presented to the panel by the councils and the petitioners, so to speak. The panel looked at it and came up with their reports and recommendation. My question to the government is, why are they shying away from realities? That is my question to Lagos State government and to the federal government. Are they so? Is the federal government, Lagos State government, supposed to send or ought to send the army, the military, to Lekki Gate to face harmless Nigerians?
They never sent. They never said they sent the military.
I listened to
Sanwo-Olu never said that.
The general, the brigadier general that represented the army, admitted that military were sent to that scene.
By who? Who gave the order?
That is the question.
Who controls the military?
Who controls the military?
But who gave
Am I
the order?
commander-in-chief?
Who controls?
Some are saying none of such happened. Nobody gave the order. So who gave the order?
The commander-in-chief.
The commander-in-chief gave the order.
Because he commands the army.
And
Yes,
that is just
the
speculation.
commander-in-chief gave the order.
That is just
They
speculation.
should give order for the military to go to Sambisa Forest. They should give order to military to. Are you not aware? Even day before yesterday, here in Zamfara, the bandits, quote now, blocked local roads and start collecting money from people. They should send the military there. Why are they not sending military there? But they choose to send military to kill and massacre harmless Nigerians.
But they said there was no massacre.
And they are telling me and you.
It's like the JPI report versus what the government is saying. They are saying there was no massacre. That might just be
I've already told
like,
you,
doctored.
I've already told you why the government choose to skim out from the report. The government do not want the report to be the instrument with which a person or persons may choose to go to court against the Lagos state government and federal government. That's why they came up with the instrument called white paper. So that at the end of the day, when you take the white paper to go to court, they've watered down every fact, every evidence on the white paper. It's deliberate. So the government in their style, as it is their nature, from 2029 May 2015 that they came into power, it's a government that choose to manipulate everything. Even when they see that thing is against Nigerians.
Well, you cannot say
Hello, we see.
You cannot say
it is my opinion.
Even if it's your opinion, you may not be correct.
My opinion is I'm entitled to my opinion. Having looked at the facts and figures presented at the judicial panel of inquiry.
Okay, you just hold on, Barrister Emmanuel Obakpolo. Now let's take a look at this. For what someone who said, he said, look, out of all these you guys brought, 14 falls outside the power of the state government. Is that enough to crucify the young man? They don't think he knows his jurisdiction. He knows where it's right to do one or two things to act on the JPI recommendation. Come on. Putting, first of all, the peace and tranquility of Lagos in perspective versus what some youths are proposing to do. Going out there on a rampage, not having the content of the white paper, whether doctored or not. Barrister Cosmos.
You see, when you say 14 falls outside the jurisdiction, the question we should ask ourselves, how did the military get there? Was it the jurisdiction of Lagos state government to draft the military there? Who drafted the military there? Those are the issues we ask. When it has to do with drafting, it is your jurisdiction. When issue has come up, it is outside your jurisdiction. What is the report? The report says the military should be asked to do this X, Y, Z. The report did not say the Lagos state government should do it. Forward this to the federal government. Excuse me. You are now saying it is outside your jurisdiction. Who does not know it's outside your jurisdiction? So we should call facts fast. You understand? If you look at all the scenario and the things they are saying, you just laugh. They said there should be memorial. You are saying no, there should be a garden outside there. Should be named Peace Garden. How many peace gardens do we have? What is now the link? What is the link? When you massacred people here.
They say there wasn't a massacre.
It is my word, I'm using my word.
Even if it's your word, the federal government said nobody was massacred.
That's what they said. I am saying, in my own opinion, that people were massacred. Because they were shooting and somebody died. At least they accepted one person died. Can one person not be massacred? So that is it. What is another link between Peace Garden somewhere else and people being killed somewhere else? How do you not? When you say memorial, when you look at something, you remember something. This was where society is. That's memorial. Remembrance. Now you see, the whole thing makes me laugh. It makes me laugh. If you listen to the way they analyze it, even those who claim to be knowledgeable in law, you just laugh. Because you are bringing your knowledge now. Your knowledge is now not anchored on facts, but your knowledge is being, technical. The slight mistake maker, you anchor on it and begin to waste your time. They talked about that, I think number 1 197 and 198 that they were repetitions. And when they look at it, they say it's pure typographical error. The same names came back with the same numbers. If the numbers change, you can say they added names. Is that what a white paper should be? Should include? That's what people are talking. That there was repetition. The issue there is people were killed in a place, and a responsible government is saying, let us find out who did this and why it was done. You know, there were two recommendations. One, the police, ENDSARS police, and the other was Lekki Tollgate. Now we're anchoring on Lekki Tollgate, because if it's that of the police, they'll blow it out, use police as scapegoats, finish them, do this, do that. But now it is your own, you are dodging it. People were killed. Who killed them? And why were they killed? Were they armed? Were they violent? These are the issues. Simple. That's all about the Lekki Tollgate. And then you are bringing dimensions to it. Like my brother here said, meaning that life don't matter to you. If lives matter, they will not say that all we expected the government to be doing by now is apology. We apologize to the government. It was an error. They were not actually sent to do that. Those who did it, this will be done to them. Even if you don't do it, tensions will come down. But you are applauding their gross, wicked action. Soldiers constitutionally should not be there, because it has nothing to do with the territorial boundaries. This is something that you will deploy on armed policemen. Election time, they bring on armed policemen to make it look so that it's peaceful. The major thing now, you are bringing this thing. Soldiers. Who brought soldiers? Who invited soldiers? That's what we expected. Now, the so-called white, those who constitute members of the white paper committee, I went to there are 4 of them. Did they invite people to come and tender this thing? Did they call witnesses? Did they look for evidences? Nothing of such. All you just did was you just sat down within yourself. We'll do it like this, we'll do it like, so that, like my brother said, you cannot use it as a basis to sue. So you just do it the way you want to do it. You know, I said it the other day. Those who felt they could speak grammar, no, someone is this, he has started well. I said it is not issue of starting well. It is not how you go to the market to, it's when you are coming back. There's no best to take good now. How you take it?
It's when you're coming back.
It's when you're coming back. You understand? I said wait for the white paper. But for me, I will not accept, because I already knew what will happen.
All right.
So that is a funny retrogressive things we see in this country these days.
Okay.
Since 2015.
I know we have so much to say about this particular topic, but we'll take a break right now.